Let's give it a little tunnel exhaust, see how she rips him first. Oh yeah. Alright y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. We got another test ride and review out here at Rock City Harley once again. Today we're riding the 2020 Breakout. I just rode the 2020 Fat Boy in the previous video. I'll link that one above. This one's a little bit different setup, whereas the Fat Boy is going to be more easy power delivery. This thing, you know, when you're at a red light, you're going to be able to rip it, burn some tires, really shred on this bike pretty well. This one is the standard 114 twin engine, just like the 2020 Harley Fat Boy. It's got a low, relaxed riding position. It's kind of got that chopper look to it. It does also have a passenger seat, so you can still ride with a passenger if you like to. Let's go ahead and jump into this ride.
Perfect.
Alright, oh, this one's dope. This one's got the digital display right here in the center. There we go. Tons of lights down here in the front. So we got left blinker, got a gas gauge, high beams, neutral. We have our oil light, ABS system, right blinker. That's a pretty neat. You have a tire pressure light just in case you're low on air. You also have a check engine light, a battery light, and then your low beams, high beams. So bike only has 7 miles. As you can see, it's brand new 2020, full tank of gas. We're gonna go ahead and rip on it a little bit. So immediately, this is more at home to me than the Fat Boy. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, this feels right, dude. Oh yeah. You guys have to bear with me because I'm also getting used to the feeling of riding a Harley motorcycle. You know, it's a lot different than riding a sport bike. The power delivery is different. The turning is different. The handlebar placement's different. Your riding position is much different. It does have a digital speedometer. It does not tell you your RPMs. Clutch let out on this motorcycle is more close to the handlebars than it was in the Fat Boy, so I think there's less adjustment as far as getting used to where the smooth spot is in the clutch. Dude, this thing's nasty. I feel like this is an easier transition almost. I'm not sure what it is, if it's the tires or if it was just me getting used to riding the Cruiser for the first time. Man, I'm enjoying this thing already. This thing's kind of a blast. Let's try taking a corner here. So cornering feels pretty good. This bike feels a little bit more comfortable and easier for me to ride, but even just now I didn't even let my feet down. I feel like I'm getting much more comfortable on the cruisers for sure. That's also helping with me and kind of the feel of the bikes. I'm gonna try to give them all a fair, honest review. So far this one has an awesome feel to it though. I don't feel like the handlebars are as wide as the Fat Boy. I also feel like it's a little bit lower riding position as far as the handlebars go. Let's give it a little tunnel exhaust, see how she rips in first. Oh yeah. This thing feels right, man. It's a dope riding position and a riding feel, I will say that. So I felt like the Fat Boy, it was kind of more like this, you know, whereas this one you're down lower. So my arms, my shoulders are a little bit more lower, but still in a relaxed riding position. So the Fat Boy, I almost felt like you were leaned back in the seat a little bit more. Whereas this one, it's almost keeping you, you know, at a straight up and down sitting position. In my personal opinion, this is a little bit more comfortable to ride. You know, I definitely am a fan of both motorcycles. All of the Harley motorcycles that I've ridden so far, I've liked. You know, the riding position is fairly comfortable for all the lines across. You know, that's the benefit of getting a cruiser or Harley, is you can go for way longer on your motorcycle and you don't have to work as hard. There is a bit more weight, but it's down in the center right in between your legs, so that's not necessarily a problem. What I think that's really neat about this bike, the style and flavor that you get, because you get the old school chopper look, but you still got the modern day digital display and modern day controls. Let's go ahead and get around this guy. Oh dude, this thing's a freaking swag bike. I mean, it looks really good. I don't have a hard time reading any of the gauges, even though it is a little bit smaller of a digital display. It doesn't give me a hard time reading my speedometer or my gas gauge or the gear that I'm in. It also has the digital gear indicator. Got a little wet right there. Let's test out the brakes. So pretty good front and rear, in my opinion. Definitely mess around with that a little bit more. You know, you can turn a bit more tight. I just am not used to the feel yet of taking the corners on them. But we're gonna go back Highway 5. It's gonna be a little bit more back roads. Even just rumbling over some bumps, you know, the suspension feels pretty good on this thing. Let's see. Oh yeah. Right now I'm in third gear, about 50 miles an hour. Oh yes, man, this thing freaking rips. A lot of riding is just putting yourself in the best position that you can to be safe, because I mean, you're on two wheels. There's people that will pull out in front of you even if they do see you coming. So you just got to be smart and put yourself in a good position when you're riding. Always be aware of your surroundings and every single car on the road. Always be aware of what's behind you, in front of you, coming up. Even though you can't see, you still want to be very cautious and smart when you're looking. Oh, I love this thing. Yeah, dude, this is definitely one of the ones that I would consider if I were to come over to a cruiser from a sport bike. Handlebars being a little bit lower and tugged also probably gives me a little bit more comfortable of a feeling when I'm on the bike. More so of like a sport bike would feel, or like a sport touring bike. Holy crap, there's a really bad accident that just happened right there. Look at that car. Uh-oh. Oh man, I hope those people are okay. Another thing this bike doesn't have is the foot stand. So on the 2020 Fat Boy, if you remember, it has like the foot pedals, or almost like it's almost like a board for your foot to rest on. I don't know the name of it just because I'm not familiar enough yet with the name of all the parts on the Harleys, but this one just has your standard foot pegs that come out. This thing has the sound, even though it's got a stock exhaust. I couldn't even imagine what it would sound like or how it would perform if it had an aftermarket exhaust on it. Probably really be able to open this thing up. Oh yeah, I would say probably so far this is my favorite. The live wire was sick. It was just a little bit different. As far as cruiser, you know, being on a gas engine, oh, scraping the 2020. That's my bad. Sorry, Travis. Oh. We're in the live wire, the Fat Boy, and the 2020 Breakout. This is my favorite. Alright guys, go ahead and put the kickstand down. Always be safe. Turn your bars. Whew! Alright. So, I mean, not really much more to say. You guys heard it on the review. I would highly recommend this motorcycle. If you guys want the old school feel with the new technology, I would say the 2020 Breakout is 100% for you. If you like it, come out here to Rock City, check out Travis. I'll link the address for the dealership at the end of the video. Tell him the fishing doctor sent you and you saw the video, you thought it was dope. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This thing was freaking awesome. Stay tuned for the next test ride. See you guys later.